Elephants are a huge part of the culture here in Thailand. Across the country, there are more than 236 venues housing nearly 3,000 elephants, which means tourists have no shortage of elephant experiences to choose from. But the truth behind a lot of the elephant experiences is actually quite surprising. While some of these places are genuinely incredible for both the elephants and the people that visit them, others aren't. Every year, lots of elephants are rescued from tough situations and brought to sanctuaries across Thailand to live safer, healthier lives. So I visited the Naithon Elephant Sanctuary in Phuket to learn more, and this is my honest experience. When we arrived, the sanctuary looked like a little elephant oasis. Several of the elephants were roaming around, followed closely by their caretakers. One of the staff members guided us into a presentation area where we were given a lesson about the sanctuary and how it operates. They explained that all their elephants come from tough backgrounds, places where they would be used for rides, logging, and even circus performances. The sanctuary finds those elephants, buys them out of those bad situations, and brings them here with one goal: to live the best life possible. And one of the ways they try and do that is with a lot of food. So when the presentation ended, we got to get our hands dirty and make some tasty food balls for the elephants to enjoy. And the best part of that was we got to be the ones to feed the elephants in a sort of elephant-human meet and greet. It was really cool. Oh. Do you need more? Okay. Here you go. Good, baby. Would you like a corn? Good, baby.
Oh, it took it out of the wrapper.
Here you go. Yeah. Good, baby. Apparently, feeding an elephant is a really easy way to make it like you. Thank you. It kind of felt like when you're meeting a friend's dog for the first time and you bring some fresh bacon just for the dog's going to be your biggest fan. And the elephants were the same way. They knew exactly what was happening, and as soon as we walked in with buckets of food, they started getting excited. Their trunks started moving around, sniffing and exploring. It was clear they wanted those snacks, and they were more than happy to have us feed it to them. The one part of that experience that surprised me, though, was the grip strength of their trunks. Sometimes they would accidentally grip my hand, hoping that it was a banana, and wow, the sensation of being held by the tip of an elephant trunk was like nothing I had ever experienced before. Even though the elephants were being incredibly gentle, you could still feel their immense power. To try and put it in perspective, an elephant trunk can lift 700 pounds easy. That's more than the weight of a lion. Luckily for me, all they wanted was some fruit, so as a fruit bringer, the elephants were all treating me like their best friend. After the feeding, I was already over the moon. Getting to feed and literally touch such amazing creatures like that is just unlike anything I've ever experienced. But the thing is, that was just a warm-up. The sanctuary experience would continue to get even more amazing throughout the day. Once we collected ourselves, we had the opportunity to form a more one-on-one relationship with one of the elephants named Daw Rung, which in Thai translates to marigold. Daw Rung was a blind, 42-year-old sweetheart who had spent most of her life providing elephant rides before being rescued by the sanctuary. Now, she was just living her best life, where some of her favorite activities included eating and going on long walks through the forest. So, in order to make her happy, we decided to go on a hike with her through one of the sanctuary's many nature trails. And to make it an even more positive experience for her, we carried giant backpacks full of bananas so she would have some snacks for the hike. And while her eyesight might have been gone, her sense of smell definitely wasn't, because she sniffed out those bananas really quick and let us know that she wanted them. And who were we to say no? I mean, in order to maintain her size, she literally needs to eat about 400 pounds of food every day. So at her behest, we took a little pit stop and started hand feeding her a whole bunch of bananas.
And when I see the person, okay, they are brave enough to do it, then I'll teach it.
We look brave?
Yeah, because I can see through elephant how scared you are.
Yeah.
Especially with her, I can see very clear.
Okay.
Because she is blind, right? So she have other sense are much better. Or she focused on more there, and it became better. So hearing and sense of smell, she are better, and also like polite way to speak.
We ate all the food.
Good.
Okay.
Don't worry, in the jungle she has something to eat, but not.
Because she was blind, we actually had to stick the bananas right in her mouth to make it easier for her to eat. I was literally touching her tongue, and wow, that was just incredible. It really seemed like a bonding moment too. We could tell Daw Rung was really enjoying our presence.
Daw Rung, yes. We go this way.
Once she was satisfied, we continued on the hike, being very careful to let her go at her own pace. Remember, while these elephants were obviously very accustomed to and seemed to genuinely enjoy people, they were all still wild animals. So at the sanctuary, the primary focus for everything was the elephant's comfort, not ours. Daw Rung was getting to go at her own pace, and we were just getting the awesome privilege of getting to be her servants for the day.
They don't like medicine, they don't like anything like that.
The hike went on for a while, and one of the things that surprised me the most was just how well Daw Rung would blend into the jungle. She was so quiet too. I swear, if we were playing hide and seek, she could be 50 feet away from me and I would have no idea. When we were finished with the hike, we gave Daw Rung some personal time, and Katie and I got to sit down for a beautiful lunch before going on to the next big activity, mud baths. Mud baths are actually super important for elephants because it helps protect them from harsh sun and UV damage, and it acts as a natural bug repellent and soothes and heals skin. And the sanctuary understands this. They actually import a special clay for the elephants, which is full of different minerals and nutrients, so the elephants get the best possible mud bath experience. At this point, Daw Rung wanted to be covered in that special mud, and rubbing it on her was going to be our job. So we hopped right in and went to work, giving her the ultimate spa experience. It was incredible. Also, we didn't learn this until later, but mud baths and other hands-on elephant activities are actually a hotly debated topic in the elephant sanctuary world. Some people say that they're unethical, while others argue that they're fine in certain situations. A lot of the disagreement comes down to the fact that elephants aren't domesticated animals. So, even if they've lived around humans their whole lives, they're still wild at heart. In Daw Rung's case, the sanctuary told us that when they first got her, she had a lot of anxiety around humans, which is actually really common for rescued elephants. It took some time and patience, but after enough work with her, not only did she begin to feel safe around humans, she began to genuinely enjoy them. I'm not an expert, but Daw Rung and honestly all the elephants that we saw seemed genuinely happy and relaxed the whole time. But what do you think? If an elephant is happy and enjoys being fed and interacting with humans, would you consider it an ethical interaction? Or do you think that sanctuaries should avoid human contact altogether? Maybe you know more than me. I'd love to hear what you think in the comments. Anyways, once we were all covered in mud, it was time to get wet. So we left the clay pits and all took a dip in the pond.
It's a little bit cooler, that's why she came in, right? Over there a little bit warmer. Come, let's splash. Không mấy mà tao mày đi đâu liền. Mà tao này rồi. Come closer. You can brush downward like this here. Harder is good for her to get massage and clean. Yeah? You want to do it for her, huh? You want to go with her, good. She's playing with the water or cleaning your tusk. Yeah? I'm like, maybe, this is different banana, darling.
Okay?
Yeah. She is in the mood of mood of play. Huh?
What does that sound mean?
So just like mood of the play. Sometimes she did put the trunk in the mouth and she just play. And mood of play.
Jump down. Okay.
She's sitting down. That's the thing. So she is in the mood of the play, so I can see her different.
Oh wow.
Wait a moment. She can be laying down at any side. Wait a moment. Because she's scratching the butt with the sand at the bottom. And she will be asleep or laying down either side. See? That's what I'm talking about.
This was probably the best part of the entire day. Daw Rung loved to get splashed with the water, and we obliged her. A couple times she got so happy that she would plunge her whole body in the water and roll around like a giant puppy dog. While this was surreal, we still had to be extremely careful because when an 8,000-pound elephant is rolling around in joy, well, let's just say it's a little bit different than when a puppy dog does it.
Good girl. That's okay? Okay.
After the bath, it was time for all of us to take a shower and rinse off with some clean water. Not only did we have to clean ourselves, we got to clean up Daw Rung, who was totally enjoying it. It was really great to see all the personal care that she was getting and to see how much she seemed to appreciate it. And after a hard life of giving physically demanding elephant rides, I think she deserved every last bit of it. And when we were done, it meant that Daw Rung's day with us was over. She got to go back and hang out with all of her elephant friends, while Katie and I were given a lesson in traditional Thai cooking.
The other one. And it has got better taste. It's just a joke. I was again garlic.
So, what's my overall thoughts on the sanctuary? Personally, I loved it. It was just so obvious how much all of the staff genuinely cared about the elephants, and I loved how the main focus of everything was always the elephants' well-being. Yes, we were treated fantastically, and yes, we had a lot of fun, but from what I saw, the elephants really felt like the true priority. I do think it's interesting, the debate around human interactions in elephant sanctuaries. And again, I'm definitely not an expert, but I do like to think that I can tell the difference between a happy animal and a not happy one. And these elephants were all happy, confident, and enjoying their lives in a way that would have been impossible at their previous homes. What do you guys think? Would you come to a sanctuary like this? Tell me in the comments. And if you made it this far, like and subscribe. I have a lot more amazing adventures that I'll be making videos on next. See you next time. I'm out.
Good.